And then she came out from her room and saw the house help eating and dragged his ear and started maltreating him, carried the little food they had given him and poured it on his head. This is how it began. This is the story of a house help who lived with his madam in her house. One day he was eating the very little food kept for him after all of his work. The food was very small and would not satisfy him, but he had no choice than to eat it. And while he was watching TV in his madam's house, the madam came out and saw him comfortably seated in our living room and dragged his ear and was very angry at the house help. She carried the plates and poured the food on his head and warned him not to ever be in our living room watching TV, sitting comfortably, when he should be walking outside and around the house. He was walking away, and then she was very angry and mad at him, and then he called him back, saying, come back here, make sure you clean this place, go and bring broom to sweep this house. She was very mad at him because she maltreated him so bad. And then the house help came back with a broom to sweep the food he was supposed to eat. But she wasn't satisfied, so she went into her living room, and the house help was sweeping and was almost crying because he was being maltreated because he had no one to help him. And then he was very sad and was about crying and had no choice than to sweep the food he was supposed to eat. While he was almost sweeping and was considering in his mind, what kind of life is this? And finally packed the food he was supposed to eat into the packer and was making sure everywhere was properly cleaned. And then his madam came out and poured clothes on his body and told him, make sure you wash all of these clothes once you finish sweeping. Come here. He dragged his ear and instructed him, make sure these particular clothes and all of them are properly washed. I don't want to see you in my living room comfortable and enjoying yourself. Now pack all of these clothes and go and wash them immediately. He called him once again, saying, make sure those clothes are clean. What did I say? Make sure those clothes are clean. Did you hear me? And he said, leave this house. And this is another day and she's watching TV in her living room, enjoying herself and relaxing. She was enjoying what she was watching and was smiling. Not too long, someone knocked on her door and she said, who is that? And told the person to come in. It was our childhood friend who had visited her in her apartment. She was very happy to see her and they both were happy to see each other. They sat and started catching up. So, you're looking so fine. And she said, you too, you're looking so fine as well. And then not too long, she asked, what will I offer you? She said, anything you offer me, I'll take. Anything is fine by me. Just get me a drink. She said, okay, I'm coming. And then she left and our visitor was watching TV. She was enjoying the channel, and not too long, the owner of the house came back with 2 cups and a drink. She shook the drink and said, I'm sure you would like this drink, and turned in her own cup to entertain her friend. And they were smiling and gisting, and she picked up her own cup to turn into her cup as well. And asked, so how is life with you? How is everything? And the friend said, everything is fine. We're managing and pushing. And then her phone rang and said, please let me take this call inside of the room. She went in and kept her drink on the table with her friend because she trusted her friend. Not too long, the friend began to feel jealous. She said, so this my friend lives in this kind of big apartment. Everything is fine with her and she's living happily. She said, no, I can't take this. And then she brought out the poison from her dress and decided to poison this her friend out of jealousy. She said she cannot be successful, and while I am not successful. And then she started poisoning her friend's drink, not knowing that the house help just walked into the compound. And while she was poisoning the drink and making sure it was properly mixed, the house help came in and saw her poisoning his madam's drink. She turned and was shocked to see the house help and began begging him not to tell the madam. She said, please don't tell your madam. Come, let me give you some amount of money. Please don't tell your madam. Make sure you do not tell her. Take this money and keep your mouth shut. Do not tell your madam. But the house help returned the money and started calling on his madam. He shouted her name, and then not too long, the madam came out and was like, "What are you doing inside of the house? Why are you shouting my name?" He held his ear. "What is happening? Why are you screaming my name? Do you want to bring down the roof?" And the house help said, "Madam, I saw your friend poisoning your drink." The madam did not believe and kept on shouting at the house help. He said, "What did you say?" He said, "Madam, I saw your friend poisoning your drink. She was holding a substance and was putting it into your drink." The friend said, "Me?" Madam said, "Are you sure? Or are you sure you saw what he said you saw?" He said, "Yes, madam, I saw it. She was poisoning the drink while you were inside." And the madam began to notice the house help was serious, and then said, "My friend, take from this drink a little." She said, "Me, no, I cannot drink from your drink. That is your drink that you are supposed to drink." The friend said, "Okay, take a sip from this drink if you are sure you did not poison it." She said, "No, you." And then she began to say, "You are a very wicked woman. So you are living in this kind of big house, everything is moving fine with you, and you are beginning to raise shoulders and avoid your friends. You are not acting like a big woman. You are lucky that you did not drink this drink. You would have left the surface of this earth." And then she left the house out of jealousy, and the woman was very surprised as to what just happened. She began to think and could not process what her friend just did to her, and then she felt sorry and sober that the house help who she had always been maltreating had finally saved her life. And she apologized to him and told him to sit down, gave him the remote to watch whatever channel he wants to watch, and offered to give him a drink that she had just opened. And this is how she learned how not to maltreat people, because they could actually save your life. And then she was still in surprise and shock. And this is how the house help who she maltreated saved her life. Please, if you enjoyed watching this video, tell us where you are watching from so that we can send you a big hug. Please share this video. We love you and God bless you.